This House do now resolve to review and revamp the outdated state reservation policy.
You may initiate.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir, and your esteemed office for allowing me to bring this very vital issue in the form of resolution, as I believe resolution means decision. Sir, I once again take this privilege to thank your chair and all honorable members who are present. Because of the gravity of situation, even though this very issue had made an attempt right from the time when we resumed in this very august House during a term 2018. And I'm so happy today that I could be able to bring this issue before this august House to know what is there in this policy, which is commonly known as the State Reservation Policy. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to move a resolution on Rules 121(1)(a) of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business on the motion that this House resolve to review and revamp the outdated state reservation policy. Much has been said on public platform and the media, as well on every election platform. If it can be raised in many times of election platform, why not here? This is the better platform. But enough has not been discussed in this House on the subject of state reservation policy. It is a sensitive topic, no doubt, and that is even more reason why it should be taken up at the highest level, such as the state legislature, so as to sensitize this very vital issue. It is our duty, bound and responsibility, sir. We should not get rid or escape from problem, but we should try to resolve and face and challenge the problem. The reservation of vacancy in services or posts under the state government, as we know, is essentially embodied in what is said to be a government resolution, appearing in the office memorandum, generally called OM in short, issued by the Personnel Department of the Government of Meghalaya on 12 January 1972 and amended on 20th April the same year. Honorable members, through you, Mr. Speaker, sir, please do not take it otherwise. I'm bringing this issue as what I have said, that it is because of gravity of situation. We should not turn deaf towards this very vital issue. Neither we should not turn with blind eye. This is my humble request to all honorable member. It is not because I'm communal. I may repeat again that it's not because I'm communal or because I hate our fellow brothers from the other communities. It's not about that, sir. It is because I'm concerned about the growth and development and progressing of our beloved state. 50 years has been passing through. Where our state lies? Has it gone ahead? Or has it turned back? It is said to be a government resolution because that is how subsequent OMs of the Personnel Department issued in the year 1972, 1974 and 1979 have described the primary OM while making additions to the reservation orders. So I'm bringing this issue. 50 years has passing through. And we had just celebrated the 50th anniversary. It's a big shame. This is a policy, sir. A policy for 50 years. It remains still a policy for which I may say, or class, that this is not a policy. This is a purely conspiracy. Now, OMs are understood to be administrative instructions. And in absence of statutory rules made by government, they are held to have the validity of law. This is provided in Article 73(2) of the Constitution and upheld in judgment by court of law. Therefore, I want to represent this very issue in the form of the voice of the voiceless. We therefore get to know that the said OMs will continue to hold force till such time that a properly drafted law is passed by the state legislature, if at all, either to endorse the existing reservation policy or to change it. For a moment, I would like the OM of 12 January 1972 to take us back in time to when Meghalaya was not yet a full-fledged state. May I request the House that I may repeat again. Meghalaya was not yet a full-fledged state. So sorry to say. The framers of the resolution on reservation surely must have relied on official statistical data on population to arrive at the ratio of 40% for Garo community and 40 for Khasi Jaintia communities. Well, there was the census of India 1971 and the demographic relating to Meghalaya shows a total state population of 10,11,699 persons, of which scheduled tribe population was 82.8%. Garo were 3,24,197 persons. And Khasi Jaintia, which included Khasi, Sintangs, or Panar, War, Boy, and Lingam, were 4,56,674 persons. Based on these figures, I considering only the three major tribal communities of the state. Garo constituted 41.5% and Khasi Jaintia 58.5%. Clearly, the government resolution of 40-40 appears to have favored one community over the combined other two, when the ratio should have been 33.2% and 46.8% respectively. I may repeat, 33.2% and 46.8% respectively. So an anomaly is found to have occurred during the framing of the resolution of 12 January 1972, and it probably should have been rectified as soon as anomaly was detected. Because of this very issue, sir, I may recall the House that I joined the government 4 years back, 4 years, 4 months, because of this very issue. Not because of the chair, sir. Not because of the chair, but because of this very vital issue. I do believe that our friends from UPF also will extend support as well, the whole House of this August House. Let us jump 30 years into statehood and look at census of 2001. The total population of Meghalaya was 23,18,822 person, of which scheduled tribe population was 85.9%. Garo were 6,89,639 person, and Khasi Jaintia 11,23,490 persons. Sintangs was listed both as a sub-tribe on the Khasi Jaintia as well as separate tribe and enumerated at 18,342 persons. Again, going by the same computation done earlier, Garo constituted 37.7% and Khasi Jaintia, with the inclusion of Sintang, constituted 62.3%. We see that the population of Khasi Jaintia shot up significantly, Mr. Speaker, sir. And if the reservation policy was to have been updated as per revised census, it would have been in the ratio 30% and 50% respectively. May I again repeat? 30% and 50% respectively. So obviously, with this growing anomaly, there would be widespread grumbling and a vocal demand to change the state reservation policy. A whole section of people are genuinely affected by a policy lapse, and their grievance is amply supported by quantifiable data. It should have been the responsibility of government to look into the grievance and show justification. But probably the anomaly was not pinpointed like this, or attempts to push for a review did not take the appropriate route of constitutional redress, or other reason it could have been. And we only look back to analyze what went wrong. Now that we are in the 50th year of statehood, it beckons us as state legislator to not only celebrate the visible milestone in the affairs of state, but to also look at the inherent anomalies in government policy. We need to wake up. We are standing on the verge of new tomorrow. where change can come. Let me repeat again. We need to wake up. We are standing on the verge of a new tomorrow, where change can come, and we are the ones who have been mandated to make it happen. I have come to this August House as a humble representative of my constituency. I thank my constituency who had been elected me and who had sent me to this very August House to raise many vital issues for the cause and for the sake of our youth, of our beloved youth, and for the sake of the state. But my role here as a legislator requires me to act for the larger interests of the state. I'm not to confine myself only to the concern of one section of people. I have to do better and not shy away from speaking on behalf of my brothers and sisters of other communities as well. So I have to say that with regards to the OMs issued on 28 May 1974, I find it hard to comprehend that candidates from areas outside Meghalaya who are well conversant in Garo language are eligible to avail reservation in state government jobs in a category earmarked specifically for Garo people. As per my understanding, it may deprive our brothers Garo in this beloved state. Why entertaining outside this need to rectify? Is not this another anomaly? May I seek the attention of the House? I mean, why should citizens of neighboring state and country, even though they may be of Garo community, be allowed reservation in our state? Why? Allow me, Mr. Speaker, sir, to express my understanding of this very subject of reservation. We see and know very well that our society has always been full of inequalities, and it is for this very reason that the Constitution of India holds real meaning when it secured for all the marginalized and deprived classes justice. Reservation, which emanates from Articles 15.4 and 16.4 of the Constitution, is both the nation and state resolve to ensure social and economic justice to the backward class, to which I would like to add an essential line from Justice H.K. Sema in the landmark Anjan Kumar case, who are subject to disabilities socially, economically, and educationally. I may again repeat, to ensure social and economic justice to the backward class who are subject to disabilities socially, economically, and educationally. Chief Justice Y.V. Chandrachud in a Supreme Court judgment observed, it is essential that the privileged section of the underprivileged society should not be permitted to monopolize preferential benefits for an indefinite period of time. I may refer as an example myself. How can my children entitled with this quota? It is a case that we are depriving the right of the righteous candidate. In this light, isn't it apparent that the existing reservation policy of our state is far removed from the ideals of the Constitution and the notions of justice. I almost complete, sir. Coming back to the topic, I suppose everyone expects me to speak next about academic reservation. Sure, I will. And I have this one thing clear to say, that reservation of seat in state quota to higher academic courses does not come at all under the ambit of the reservation orders of the OMs of 12 January 1972 or subsequent OMs issued by the Personnel Department. What has been in practice by the Health Department, the Veterinary Department, and the Directorate of Higher and Technical Education for nomination of candidates to seat against state quota by allotment of categories in accordance with state reservation policy is a blind interpretation and a misconstruction of law. So, may I take a sip?
How will you take?
Thank you so much, sir. Almost complete.
How will you take?
Almost complete, sir. As an administrative instruction of the Personnel Department is limited in effect only to person employed in or seeking employment to state government service. And it absolutely cannot apply mutatis mutandis to students pursuing higher education. Students are not government employee. And the administrative instruction is ultra virus. Now, why was academic reservation conveniently linked with the state reservation policy? Why are outsiders being allowed reservation in state government job, again, Garo category? And why are demographic from census not being used to derive a suitable ratio between Garo and Khasi Jaintia category for reservation in state government job? These three questions I shall leave for the government of the day to answer. As for me, I have presented before this August House my core arguments on the pattern anomaly of the state reservation policy and how the OM sustaining the flawed policy are outdated. It is high time that the government resolution on reservation of vacancy and services posts be reviewed and revamped. I thank respected Kongbari Pengrup. Before she left the state, she dropped her letter to each and every legislator of the state of Meghalaya to remind us that we should take serious with this very vital issue if we are so concerned about the future generation and about the present future and about the present youth of today. As the mover of a resolution who is seeking the support of my fellow legislator in both the Treasury and opposition benches and across party line, I humbly make an appeal to weigh, without prejudice, the anomalies of the aforesaid government resolution and give a conscience vote. I'm not forcing you, but with a conscience vote, that this House resolve to review and revamp the outdated reservation policy. So before I conclude,
Yes, please.
I thank once again for giving me this privilege, for getting a chance to highlight this very vital issue. And before I resume, sir, I'm so sorry. Maybe I might hurt the fellow coalition in the very same government. But I was fully convinced to do not only good thing, but to do the right thing. Before I resume, I may remind again why I'm bringing this issue in the form of resolution, because I want a decision, no matter what comes against me. But this issue is very serious to all of us and the state as a whole, and especially for our beloved youth. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I'll resume my seat.
Thank you.
Thank you.